You're on the air.
If you want to just repeat that, Tom, what you were saying about that information.
About fax zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two ways of faxing electronically. One way is to just go to faxzero.com. That's spell out zero, FAXZERO.com. And you go there and you type in the from and the to and all the phone numbers and fax numbers. You hit the browse button and you can upload up to 3 different files. If your fax is less than 3 pages plus the cover sheet, it's free. If it's up to 15 pages, they'll charge you $2 for it.
Okay, thank you.
And another one is to use MetroFax. And they basically charge $8 a month. You fax by email. When you want to fax somebody, you just put the phone number at metrofax.com. And then whatever you attach gets faxed. You're allowed up to 150 pages per month for the $8, and it's 3 cents a page after that.
Good to know.
You get the first month free.
Is that supposed to be a secure way of doing it then through the email?
No, it's just an easier way.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about fax machines or anything like that. And you don't have to, they'll do the retry and the retry and the retry. You don't have to try to coax your 2 machines to behave with each other.
Right. Well, I was just trying to re-verify the number, and I couldn't find it on any of the websites either, so I just thought I'd put it out there to everybody else, see if they had the problem with it or not.
Yeah, I guess the easiest way to test a fax is just call it on the phone and see if it squeals at you.
Yeah, either that or I was going to call the regular number and see what their fax number is.
That may be true. The fax machine may be down, may be out of paper. Especially if people fax to them all day long.
Well, that's why I was wondering if anybody else got theirs through.
Well, I've got to go back to yesterday's call at the 2-hour mark and look at the new heading that Patrick has for his faxes. Civil fax, top priority, or whatever that wording was.
This is Donald.
Hi,
Just coming in. Yeah, do I hit *6 now to mute myself?
Yes, to mute yourself.
And then *6 okay, and *6 I can ask questions.
Yeah,
okay, *6. Okay, bye.
Okay. Did people see the what Patrick had today?
No, I didn't get a chance to look. What you got?
Thomas, you mean the one that Pat sent us?
Yes, the one that he faxed to me and then I posted on the group.
And then and Pat down in Dowling's reposted it, I think. Is Pat on the phone too?
Maybe.
It came out great. She was really quick.
Okay. Were you able to get all the lines in it, Pat? Or did she? I mean, was she able to get a look just like Patrick's?
Yeah, I just had to mute. There's a lot of noise in my house. Yeah, it looks great. She posted it. I just downloaded it.
Okay.
Great. Yeah, check it out.
I don't know how to use Word well enough to make it look that way.
Yeah, me too.
So I guess she posted it on the group site. I'll take on the Skype chat. So the advantage of the Skype chat is we can pass files back and forth among each other all day long and chat about various things whenever we're available.
Thomas, you can open it up. It's pretty easy. You have a PC. I have a Mac. It's a PDF file. It was really easy.
Well, she has it as one.x.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so is that a Word file?
It's a PDF that when I downloaded it. Maybe it's a Word. Hold on. Yeah, it's Word.
It's Word, right. Yeah, it comes out pretty close.
Yeah, it looks great.
I guess you know how to use tables. I've never learned to use tables.
Hi, Thomas. This
yes.
is Pat.
Hi, Pat. We're just looking at your glorious work here.
Oh, it's not great.
That's better than what I was doing.
And you know it's great, Pat, because we can tweak it up to our own. Like
yes,
I love it.
I made it into a template so you can move things around a little bit.
Have you submitted? Are you going to submit anything? Well, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Submit anything to the Secretary of Treasury? What's her name? Rojas.
Rios. Rosa Rios.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to send like a one-page.
Well, this is Patrick. I'm on the line now.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, you don't need to send it in to Rios. She's the treasurer. Okay. Okay. When you look up in title in statutes at large, volume 41, the curator goes right to the Secretary of the Treasury.
That's it.
Okay. What I told you yesterday, to go in there and do a word search on Title 41, and you'll see about curator. And so we are the curator of America. That means we are the caretaker of America, and basically these public servants now work for us. We're not the creator, okay? That was at the Big Bang, okay? And everybody left that place and went out into the universe. Now we're out here on planet Earth, and we're supposed to be the caretakers of planet Earth. And that's a curator. So all the definitions in the Bible or the usage of the word creator were put in there in error, or they're put in there under falsely to get everybody thinking that there's some big guy out in the Never Land that's going to come down and pat you on the back, kick you in the butt when you do something wrong. No, you have the right of understanding what is right and wrong, and you're supposed to be the curator on planet Earth. And here in America, you're supposed to be the curator, and now we go in and we have a insane person acting in there as our pro-curator that took our account away from us. And we were supposed to pick it up when we turned 21. But we haven't claimed it back yet. Now that's what we're doing. And you send that into the Secretary of the Treasury, you send it into that Secretary of State's office for that assistant legal advisor for private international law. We're in the private, and we're in international law because in this country, after the Civil War, it now became a civil public war under the Lieber Act. That's what the Lieber Act was all about, was the private civil war, or the public civil war that started taking place with the 14th Amendment public corporations. And basically you can take that form that I put up there, that template, and modify it however you want to, okay? Take out the DD-214 or the military ADR. And see, you have an ADR with your certificate of live birth. That was your initial inheritance. That's an American depositary receipt. And then you have ADSs, which is an American depositary shares in these corporations. and we will send that into, you can send that into the DTC and claim those items back from there. I sent it off to, like I said, to the Secretary of State's office. I turned around and sent one to my state Secretary of State's office. I sent one to the CID out in San Francisco. I sent one to my local Secret Service office, and I sent one to, I've got to send one back tomorrow to the IRS International in Philadelphia. And then I'm going to put the one into the DTC tomorrow also. But, and I don't know if I can ever find a better fax number for the Attorney General's office. The one that I had just doesn't go through, and I tried to contact these guys. And, yeah, these guys, basically, their number system, their phone books, they don't put them out too damn well for us to try and communicate with them.
Probably intentionally.
Yeah, but any court, you can file this in with the court also, into your federal district court. Put them on notice that you are in a non-combatant American civilian. And that is after you have renounced all underwritings, all insurance policies. You can't be a non-combatant if you have an insurance policy out there. Any insurance policy, whether it's a voter registration card, a driver's license, a certificate of title, any of those, you have to renounce them or revoke them all. It's sort of like, what was it, back in the Greek mythology. Basically, the mother dunked the baby into the river Seine, and all except for his heel. And where did he die? He died by getting shot in the heel. So you leave one of these little things going, and they can take you down. The mythologies and everything out here, all the stories, the fairy tales and everything else, they've been telling us this whole thing the whole time. It's just that people don't have eyes to see and ears to hear what they're trying to tell us. You got to sit back and smell the roses and then start seeing what is really going on. I don't really have anything other than that I got that Curators document up there for you of civil relationship. That's about the only thing that, and I'm working on a bill of exchange to come in and present that with a voucher to the Secretary of the Treasury. And say, okay, here, we're following the law. Now you follow the law. We're putting you in your civil capacity. You have to follow the law. Okay.
Yes, Pat Dowling typed up what you had here very nicely into a Word file, so I will post that tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I just can't get on the internet right now. There's the telephone equipment's broke down here or something, and basically it's they're still in an outage here where I'm at. So
okay, well, we work this way. If you have anything,
that's the thing. Okay, and see, I've done this for years. Okay, some of the first forms I ever did was by hand on lithograph paper or whatever, and then you put it in the machine and you cranked off about 3 or 4 copies of it off the lithograph machine. But you have to do some of this by hand. If the damn computer don't work, pick up a pencil. The pencil will always work.
Patrick, do you have any ideas about possibility of us actually creating like our own insurance bond-looking type thing to show them we have something to replace it with?
No, you do not want insurance, period.
No, I mean create our own from our own.
No. You forget that word insurance altogether. That is the devil.
Well, not insurance then.
You aren't going to get funds enough to pay for everything you need.
Yeah, but they don't know that, so I just want to show,
You don't need to tell them that, okay? When you get this into the Secretary of State's office, you're going to get an ID. You're going to get an international passport. You're going to get a state international passport in the state here. You're going to be a non-combatant.
Okay, I didn't know any. I didn't see how that was, but okay, you say so.
Yeah, but you stay away from insurance. That's what I'm saying. That in the Greek mythology, that guy Heracles or whatever that got dunked in the river Seine, except for his heel, basically he had one little insurance policy that was still hanging on, and he got shot in the heel and he died.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to research more what you're talking about, because I didn't quite get that something's gonna flow out of this that's gonna protect us in some way.
You are protected when you get out of their system, okay? You're going to have your real assets, okay? They've got to give you your inheritance when you come in and do this the right way. Now, see, that's what a lot of these people in the patriot community out here, they have just walked away from their inheritance. They rejected it.
About some kind of credentials or something, so that people aren't just, trying to
why do you think we're going to the Secretary of the State?
Okay.
Why do I have that on there and talked about it last night? The Assistant Legal Advisor for Private International Law at the Secretary of State's office in Washington, D.C.
I got a comment. I got first-hand knowledge of this. When I was damaged severely in a particular incident, and the ambulances came and got me, and this was so serious. It was life and death at this point. The ambulance came in and they asked me for my Social Security number. They told me if it wasn't correct, that I wasn't going anywhere, and I possibly could have died right there. Now, everybody knows Social Security is, insurance. Now, this is firsthand knowledge. If I didn't have that, I'd probably been in deeper shit than I.
I hear you, and I know someone else who used.
It's a lot of bullshit out there that people don't need insurance, but you got a lot of people that don't know that's in these peon positions that ask you for that, and if you don't have that, you could possibly die.
No.
Yeah,
that's
knowledge.
That's the scare tactic that they use.
There
was a guy up in Michigan, that basically needed an emergency operation, okay? What did he give him? He gave him a copy of his certificate of live birth.
Live birth, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot of those peons.
Real assets out of his treasury account.
Okay.
The hospital knew exactly where to get the money.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I've been following this for about 3.5 years. I completely comprehend what you're saying and what you're doing here. But like I said, it is people in these peon positions that don't know all of this stuff, that don't know if you came to them that I'll write you a damn check. What are you talking about? I don't need insurance.
No, you don't say
they don't know that.
You say, I'm going to pay you with real substance.
But, right. That's what I told these imbeciles. But they were like, we need this. If you don't give us your Social Security number, we're staying right here. I was like, what the hell is this? So, this is from first-hand knowledge.
See,
and then I had another problem that happened to where a friend had died, and they said he died because he didn't have insurance.
Let Patrick talk.
I'm just saying. This is firsthand knowledge. So it's like we're trying to explain to you something, but like I say, it's people. I think you probably might just need to have at least a card to show them.
You're going to have something from the state, okay?
Huh?
They've got to show that you are a non-combatant, okay?
We're talking about like life situation. We're talking about like ambulance.
And the federal state have to give you a non-combatant's card.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I was just giving you first-hand knowledge on the insurance bit.
Yes, you did that.
It's
peons up that don't know this.
That is what is destroying this country, is insurance.
I concur. I used to sell it. So I really know what you're talking about here. I studied it. I used to sell it when I was about 24, 25, and I've been following it ever since. That is correct. But if you don't have something to show these peons, that they probably think you don't have anything.
You've made your point.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to have something to show them.
And if you get robbed and you don't have your wallet or your money or your checkbook or something so you can pay them, they'll treat you like nothing.
Oh, thank you.
So that's the point I was making.
Thank you.
Right. I'm muting now. Hey, Patrick, you're doing a really good job. I just had to make that point. That's all.
Okay.
I almost died in that ambulance. If I didn't give my social, who knows what would happen. But hey, thanks a lot for everything you're doing. Doing a great job, my man.
Also, because before you got the social, you had the birth certificate to show. So that'll do the same job. So it's not like what Patrick just said, certificate of live birth. That does the same job.
Yeah, okay. Just go ahead and give them the damn Social Security number, okay? You're not going to be able to use it, so when they try and write the bonds, but anyway, you get in the door of the hospital, and you get the operation, then you take care of it after you get the operation done or whatever. Give them the damn thing, whatever they want, okay? Like if the cop pulls you over or something like that, and basically he's going to take you off the jail, if you don't sign the damn ticket, sign the damn thing. We know how to take care of it now, and we can file charges against them if they take our vehicle or anything away from us. But we have to come in and we have to revoke all insurance out here. The driver's license, the voter registration cards, all of that. Their insurance policies. They're supposed to be paying the damn tickets, but they haven't been doing it because the public is out here is trying to operate for profit. They are in a conspiracy to deprive us, the curators of America, from our lawful assets. And this is all done by the Church of Rome and by the monarchs out of Europe and the money changers out of Europe.
Their attitude is that we owe them. Just to right.
We don't owe them fuck all.
Right.
Okay? They owe us. They're using our fucking assets. They're the vampires. We need to start shooting them with the damn silver bullets. Start being a Lone Ranger. I'm getting burned out on this shit, people, okay? That's why I'm getting a little testy about this shit, okay? I'm sorry if that's the way it is, but that's the way it is.
Well, you've made the point before, and I guess it's taken some time to sink in, but you've made the point, and if the people keep bringing it up, we have to show them that they've already been told that this will work. So I can understand in the heat of the moment that people get all freaked out, but I think that case you had with Sheba showing her the open conspiracy thing, that tends to dismantle these people right at the very front, or at least many of them.
That is just part of it. And when you revoke all underwritings, now they cannot write any bonds, which all court cases are they write bonds. They take that court case number and they start writing bonds against your Social Security account. The traffic ticket basically is written bonds against the driver's license, but it's tied back to your Social Security account number.
Right.
The Social Security is when you go into the statutes at large there, okay, under the War Risk Insurance Act of 1919, I think it was, okay? It has two different departments in there, but it's war risk insurance. Why is it war risk? Because we're at war. We're in a public civil war. And the Bureau of War Risk Insurance, okay, has two divisions. A division of Marine and Seaman Insurance. That means maritime, merchant marine. Okay? You're a merchant out here in the world. The other is if you are in the military. And the other division was a division of military and naval insurance. Then that one's tied to the DD-214, which is also tied to the insurance policy of the Social Security account number. Everything has to be run through the Social Security to access our certificate of live birth inheritance. So you've got the land side, the merchant marine side, and then you've got the military side. Most people will only have the merchant marine side out there, and that a lot of that falls under their Title 46. And like I said the other day, that is a Pandex. P-A-N-D-E-C-T. It's one of the 50 volumes of fraudulent laws that basically date all the way back to Justinian in 533. They've tried to claim that the Bible is a Pandex out here, but it's not really a Pandex in what they're doing. We have to operate under private international law, since basically they have brought a completely different set of states into this country. So if we're going to be dealing with the public, we're in international law. We're a foreigner to them, and they're a foreigner to us. So we're in international law, private. I think Chris brought some of that up yesterday on the call. You on the call tonight, Chris?
I don't know. Sometimes he mutes himself out.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I had to
Okay.
unmute. But no, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And it's page 371 in that's the page number. It's on the page in volume 41 of the Statutes at Large, talking about this war risk insurance. And it's all about insurance, because that's the only way that they can make any money is by insurance, because they need to write the bonds. They get, say you get 5% interest on a bond. They get about 4.5%, while we get 0.5% interest for the usage, for their usage of our assets. We do not owe income tax, period. They do. We've been paying the damn income tax for them. They owe us. The United States Corporation is in debt to us. They owe us. We're the biggest creditors out here, not China.
So when the banks give us these cheesy interest rates, that's the same thing there. They're giving us just a little lick of what they're getting.
Yes, they're using our money for nothing. And they turn around and get us to pay their damn income taxes for them.
I just remembered the name that you're looking for. It was Achilles, the Achilles heel.
Yeah. And see, he had one little insurance policy on his heel that basically killed him. That's the truth. I mean, that's it. A mythology story tells you the whole damn truth right there. You leave one little thing hanging on. Oh, I've got to have this insurance policy because I'm so prone to this type of accident that I got to have this one. Come on, people, wake up. They will screw you on any insurance policy.
Amen on that.
You got anything new, Chris?
Let's see. Didn't even think about it. No, actually, I don't. I think that everything was said last night. I basically was on calls all day long explaining the same thing that we just got done talking about, and I've got several calls tomorrow that I'm participating with to share this information. I think we really do have the right ticket here. I believe for sure that the legal assistance in the Secretary of State's office is going to give us assistance on both the foreign trust stuff, our status, changing of our status, identification, and the change within their computer system. And I believe that we might even be able to get new driver's licenses that reflect that we're to be left alone, to get out of their system and not have any presumptions left. I believe that that's the ticket right there. The other side of the coin, I got to thinking about this today, is I do believe we can do this in several different ways. The other way is to utilize the 1099-Cs, but I do believe that what Patrick was talking about is the revocation and the revocation of the underwriting, power of attorney. All these things are falling into place, and I haven't had one person since yesterday that was in disagreement. Everybody thought that this was definitely something to sink our teeth into. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and mute out again.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing about being the curator, okay? It says nothing whatsoever about going to the IRS to file any form to get your money back, okay? If you go to the IRS, if they've withheld withholdings from you, that when we come in and claim our certificate of live birth account, our American property, okay, and we can leave it in the depositary, okay, then all we have to do is put a claim in to the Secretary of the Treasury by way of a voucher or a bill of exchange. So we don't need the 1099-A, B, or C in that regards. The 1099-A, B, and C only deals when you have that Social Security account, and if we close that one down, we won't be using that anymore because we won't be in their system. And that's what I've been trying to get at, is how to get out of their system, and it's all by revoking the underwritings of these insurance policies. Any comments?
I was talking to someone who wants to get someone out of jail. With revoking his insurance products is the first step, right?
That's what that guy has to do. The guy that's trying to get this other guy out of jail had better get himself out of jail first.
Oh, okay.
Okay? You don't realize that you're only walking around jail. You've got an ankle bracelet tied around you. You're under arrest right now. House arrest.
True.
So like Rod Class down there. But he's got the real ankle bracelet on, from what I understand. But you're under arrest right now. You have I guess you've got a collar around you, okay? And it's that damn Social Security. You're the underwriter. So you're under arrest.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I was just going to say something before. Tom, I know the guy he's talking about. He lives in Illinois, but he can't get out right now, but he done had his court arraignment. And the court, but he said he ain't getting out until 2 weeks. So he done did his 1099. He done did all of that what was required. The guy that called you, and get the information, see how he can get out. But he still
he needs to basically get a copy of that overt conspiracy document that I have. I can't remember when I put the other one up before I lost. But I was working on a document there to basically just make a simple statement that I revoke all underwritings that are processed through the DTC, and then I allege conspiracy to defraud by the public corporations. And then the third item is that basically any further action, in this court will be now, it is ordered to be moved to a civil court. And basically you'll bring charges against that judge in civil court. That judge ain't going to want to go there if they know what the hell, if they have any common sense whatsoever. But when you put that overt conspiracy document into them, and that they can go to jail for 2 years, and we ought to throw every damn judge out here in jail for at least 2 years. We ought to throw them in the damn drunk tank, let them sleep on the damn floor, cement slab.
Okay.
See how they like it.
Thank you, Patrick. I'll get that to him tomorrow.
Yeah, get that one over and have him give that to the prosecutor and to the judge. Say, here's where I stand, and I will come after you if you basically don't want to drop this case right now. But I have not caused anybody any harm, so basically you cannot charge me with dick shit. See, they're not operating in the civil capacity. They're operating in a public for-profit system. And that's against the Constitution. And see, that's this public civil war that we're in. The public corporations against us.
Yeah.
Okay.
They put him in two consigned sales. He was in one county, then they moved him to another county.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so that they can write more bonds.
Right.
The two counties are sharing the different write-offs on the people. That's when you start seeing prisoners moved around. Basically, they're sharing the wealth. They're writing more bonds against your account. It's a total conspiracy to defraud us.
Patrick, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I think it would strategically be really good if we could have some time as a group for everybody to think about the different words that can be used to elicit the civil service side of these offices and to really lock them in to that consideration, especially if you're eliciting a court case under civil service laws.
Well, see, you go into that other court case, and you're going to bring in the Secretary of State into that process. Okay? Now the Secretary of State is going to have to come in the civil office, and basically they're the ones that are going to have to. So it's going to be the state of, or the Iowa against Iowa and citizen against the public corporations. They'll be the defendants in the civil action. You won't. You'll be the plaintiff, along with the state. The civil state, not the public state.
Yeah. And that way you can probably utilize the legal advisors right out of the Secretary of State as to assist you with your adjudicating the civil servant as to the overlay that the political agenda overlay to the civil servant as to unjustified actions by those people.
Well, you would utilize the prosecuting attorneys out of the Attorney General's office, out of the Civil Attorney General's office, as the prosecuting attorneys.
The way, Pat, I don't think I've got the new. I don't think I've got the new overt. I don't have the new overt document that I just posted. The old one. I don't have the new one. If you send that in an email or whenever you can get to it, I'll pass out the new one to everybody.
He doesn't have email yet.
I'll try and fax it over to Tom. In a fax. Okay.
Yeah.
And then just copy it off in a PDF there, Tom, or something, and send it over to him.
Make it big type so it can do OCR quickly, and then I can get it done very fast.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll send that other document that I have too. So I'll send you those two over in the morning.
Okay.
It came out pretty scratchy there this afternoon on that 56 that you did that.
Okay. But no, we've got them. If you guys just see what we've got here, okay? It's all in the damn codes that we had to go and find out what was going on, like this war risk insurance. Nobody ever would have thought about looking for war risk insurance of being involved into this system. But when you know it's all about insurance, then you can start looking for anything that has insurance in it and say, holy shit, here's where they hit the damn thing. It's a game of hide and seek. It's all the kids' games that we grew up with. Bits and pieces here and there. And then it's just one of those 10,000-piece jigsaw puzzles that you have to try and put together.
Patrick?
Yeah.
When you move something from the public court to the civil court, do you just make the statement to the judge when you're in the setting, or do you send a note ahead of time or something?
Yeah, you can give a copy of this overt conspiracy act, and basically that you have revoked all underwritings to the prosecuting attorney, and you can also have that submitted in through the clerk of the court to be filed into the record.
Okay.
Yeah, now, if they want to go forward, okay, they are now going to be committing a public trespass. They're the public, and they're trespassing on our assets. But if you've got your curator document in there, also to go along with that, to support that you are a non-combatant, now they are in violation of international law also.
That's right.
Pat, is that Form 56 that you did today? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It's not a Form 56, but it's just sort of following along with the template that the Form 56, or the format that the Form 56 had, but we make it up as a private. It's our document. We're in the private. We don't have a set form, okay? There's nothing copyrighted out here that I have. Everything is for free, and you can modify it however you want to. That's what a lot of people get in trouble with, is that some of these people like David Wynn Miller, they've copyrighted stuff, and then basically they go into court using his material, and then basically the judge turns around and may have to let them off on one thing, but turns around on getting them on copyright infringement. But David Wynn Miller claimed that was a win anyway, even though the guy ended up going to jail because of copyright infringement against his material. So you do not copyright anything. So you can send them out under the letters patent to where you are the originator, and now they have to have your permission to utilize any document that you have submitted out under your signature. See, the document is under your signature. You are not under the document. That's why I moved my signature up to the top of the document.
I don't think I've heard more gobbledygook in just 1 minute than from David Wynn Miller.
Yeah, but he's got an IQ of 200 and some. I mean, basically, he's just one of the smartest men in the world.
So he says.
Big shit.
And you'll charge $3,000 for him to be able to tell you that.
Yeah.
And Gene Keating is not much better.
Well, Gene has got a little problem, I think. But basically, I think he's got a good heart in a lot of cases, but he's getting up there and he's starting to get, well, I don't want to say it, because they'll probably get back to him.
Yeah, it's better off not saying it.
And I do sort of like him. I mean, I can communicate with him, but he's going down the wrong track, and basically he gets misguided off. And I thought he was pulled back into the fold here of understanding and being part of the working group here. But then he pulled away and started going off on his own again. Well, not off on his own. He's off with somebody else, and I don't know who else. But that's the same way with David Clarence and some of these other guys out here. That basically I've come on there and I've tried to lay some of this stuff out. Yeah, in a lot of cases, you don't see things right away. I didn't see things that basically I paid a $20,000 hospital bill. And I didn't fully see how I did it until just recently, going back and seeing what actually I did do, and now having the understandings of all the documents. And then when a third-party debt collector came after me, I said I knew damn well that the damn hospital bill was already taken care of. And I told the third-party debt collector, I don't have a contract with you, and basically if you try and come after me with anything, I will file civil charges against you. And basically, I never heard anything more from them.
Well,
they knew when I used that word "civil" in there that they were out of the picture.
check this out, Patrick. In my research with another group, the Equitable Assembly group, I had a couple of them that wanted to specialize in certain research. We went into the county and the county codes, and come to find out, the California Government Code, under health and safety and under the welfare laws, is that the county executive administrator is absolutely responsible for any debt that once you file insolvency and some form of a pleading upon them, they are obliged in the county to take care of your housing, your food, the utilities, medical, and clothing, and anything. And I got to thinking about it. I have the codes for that. I got to thinking about it. You know, you could put a bill of exchange in at the county, and because the executive administrator acts as the president of the county, kind of a little bit like Obama is doing for the whole country, and he can actually order each of the departments as to execute these exchanges right there, or any bills that come in, such as a hospital or medical bill. If you claim insolvency, there's no way that they can get out of this, because I've got the codes that show that they are absolutely responsible to take care of the public in that area.
And why are they responsible? Because of all the insurance policies that you have. The insurance is supposed to be paying the bill. We in this country are supposed to be the insured, okay?
Yeah.
With all these insurance policies. But you don't need these insurance policies. Then you stand in a better light, because now you're a true creditor. You're not using bonds or anything else. Okay? And see, that's what all the Hebrews back in Moses' time, all their real wealth was up on the top of the Great Pyramid. So basically everything that they were operating with was under bondage, paying their bills and everything, surviving. And they were living in a state of servitude. You want to stay in a state of servitude? Keep all your damn insurance policies. And basically they may or may not pay for them if you don't know how to enforce that insurance policy. Because you've never been given all the damn rules and regulations for that driver's license insurance policy, for that certificate of title to the vehicle insurance policy. You don't know what it covers, what it doesn't cover. But yet you're allowing them to use and control your property as collateral to write their bonds. They're making a profit. They're the beneficiary, and the beneficiary is always the one who is supposed to pay the bill. We're not the beneficiary. We were the creditor to begin with.
Well, years ago, you remember Dwight Class? You remember him?
Yeah, I remember the name.
Yeah, we were working on the DOT stuff, and what we found out in our research is you remember the SR-22? You remember that?
Yeah.
That was the automatic insurance on anyone that traveled in a vehicle. And we were astounded to find out that you didn't need insurance. All you need to do is fill out an SR-22, and you're automatically covered in your auto insurance. We couldn't believe it. It was that easy.
Yeah, but see, you come in as the curator, and you don't need any of that shit. You've got unlimited funds in the Treasury.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
You just put your bill into the Treasury. You have the full resources of the country at your disposal. That's held in the depository.
I think that's what the SR-22 actually was saying.
No, it wasn't. No, that was something. It was something different. Okay, really, it was. Okay, it was tying you back into the system of the insurance system, into the public realm. Anytime you use one of their public forms, you're in their system. Okay? So you are an enemy combatant. You are not a non-combatant. And like what you read yesterday. We have to be a non-combatant.
Well, I do believe that they actually are doing the hypothecation and the wire transfer withdrawal from your Social Security when you fill out an SR-22. But it was an easy fix back then. I mean, we've got different information now to work off of.
Yeah, and see, that's why we need to stay away from the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Transportation, any of these departments of fuck all, okay? They're out there to fuck you over. And I'll use blunt language. I'm sorry if it offends anybody, but that's the way you need to hear it. Because in some cases, people just can't get it to their mind until basically they've been slapped with a 2x4. And that word that begins with F is a 2x4. It gets your attention. At least every time I use it, I always see people, oh, shit. I mean, I get their attention. They don't like it, but basically I get their attention. Okay. Anything else? Comments?
Patrick, are we still sending one to the Office of the Inspector General at the Treasury Department? A fax?
Yeah, so I'd send it to anybody, okay?
Well, I tried the fax number that you had, and I tried looking it up, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't get it to work. Did it work for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, if you can't get it through there, just send it into the Secretary of the Treasury's office, and basically just mark it attention to that Inspector General. They'll get it over to him. Just make sure you put civil on there.
Yeah, I've got civil on there. I just couldn't get it to work through, but I did find that the Treasury office, the address went to the Treasury office that you had on here.
Yeah, I think the number is 64. The Secretary of Treasury is 6415. So basically, yeah, they should get it over to that other office when they see this for the Inspector General of the Treasury.
Right, but I was trying the one that you had on the form, but it didn't work for me, so I was just putting it out there.
It sounded like the fax wouldn't pick up.
Yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I've gone in, I turn around and sent it into the Secretary of Treasury's office, then I turned around and came back and tried the number again, and it went right through. So I don't know. That's like today, I was trying the CID. It took me 4 tries before, out in San Francisco, before it fully picked up, and then it looked like it was converting from one fax machine over to a different fax number. But finally, on the 4th try, it took the whole thing and gave me an okay, so I know that they have my document out there now.
Okay.
See, I was in that document, I'm claiming basically that conspiracy to defraud. Now it's in their hands in the CID. I gave it to the Criminal Investigation Department. Here, now you guys start investigating. And
Thank
see,
you.
when you come in as the curator, you are the master of this museum. Natural History Museum of America. That's what you're the curator of. The Natural History Museum of America, the living history.
Duplicate.
So are you thinking that they will move the funds into our certificate of live birth account to access it, or?
They'll probably just leave them right there in the Treasury Depository, and we will just go in there and access it.
Access it.
Yeah, that's all we need to do is basically file a bill into the Secretary of the Treasury's office as the curator, as the guardian. When you go into Volume 41 and do a word search, Okay, and you should be able to do this in Adobe or Reader or whatever, and just do a word search on that volume and put in curator, and you will see that it comes up and curator, guardian or curator, and to submit the bill into the Secretary of the Treasury. Now they're talking about, in a sense, inferring about military indigent people or people that can't take care of themselves. And basically, what do we have? We've got a fictional person that can't take care of himself, so we're coming in as the curator over him. He's just a procurator. He has procurated our assets from us. We have to come in and get them back from him.
Right.
And then we become the curator of our American assets, our American legacy, or estate. And America can't defend itself, so it's the indigent or the incompetent. It needs us to do the legwork for it.
So we just keep filing these forms with everybody that we can think of then.
Yeah.
They're all in the public, and they're all taking part in it.
Yeah, and basically then I'll try and get the bill of exchange and the other, and then we'll send these back into the Secretary of State, as we've now notified them that we are a curator and we're submitting our bill. And then you can even reference that volume 41, that basically the Secretary of the Treasury is obligated to make the settlement. And see, the Secretary has to be the one to get the authorization to pass it through to the auditor, to the comptroller, and then the comptroller to the treasurer to make the payment.
Okay.
And you can also reference that volume 1 of the statutes at large about the setup of the Treasury Department. That's the civil Treasury Department. The public Treasury Department is the Department of the Treasury. And we can't deal with the public Treasury. They're not going to honor anything we send, so we have to send everything into the Treasury Department.
Hey, Patrick, what page of the statutes at large did you say that the curator was on?
Well, it's on quite a few different pages there, but not that many. I think there's only about 8 or so in that.
371 was one number you threw out there.
Yes, but that was for war risk insurance.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Yeah, because it's huge. I don't have time to go through all this just to find it.
Just a second.
630 maybe? That's what I had in my notes from last night.
What'd you say?
I had 371 or 630.
Okay, the Philadelphia Mint Curator, to where you need to go for your birth weight in gold, is on page 657. That's the actual page number on the page. And
okay.
I don't know what the PDF page number is.
It's off by something like 30.
Well, Jackie actually corrected. She gave what she was looking at. She gave the page difference.
Oh, she gave the PDF number rather than the document number? Okay.
But she clarified that there was a page different number, and she included the proper page for people to look at.
Okay.
But it wasn't.
Okay. In the War Power, or in that War Risk Insurance Act, on page
371.
371, okay?
Yep.
It talks about the very last paragraph. If any person entitled to receive payments under this act shall be an inmate of any asylum or hospital for the insane maintained by the United States or by any of the several states or territories of the United States or any political subdivision thereof, no guardian or curator of property of such person shall have been appointed by competent legal advisor. The director, in this case, can be the one to submit the bill. Now, it goes on, and then over on the next page, it says that if at any time such inmate shall be found to be mentally incompetent or shall die, or a guardian or curator of his or her estate be appointed, any balance remaining to the credit of such inmate shall be paid to such inmate, if mentally incompetent or otherwise, to his or her guardian, curator, or personal representative. And that's on page 372.
Okay.
Now, if you understand what I just read there, you'll see that basically we have declared our procurator dead. Now, everything that he is holding belongs, we can come in and claim it. It has to be paid over to us, all the credit. Any balance remaining to the credit of such inmate shall be paid to such inmate or his guardian, curator, or personal representative.
So, in other words, if you were in prison and you had a 30-year prison sentence, what you'd be doing is you'd be revoking the underwriting of that and collecting 30 years' worth of accrued withdrawals that they've already made.
Well, basically, you would get your interest. That's the only thing you're going to be able to get back out of them, okay? Now, if you've been in there improperly, okay, you've got to stand up in court, and then you've got to take them into Title 18 U.S.C. 242 or 42 U.S.C. 1983 in a civil court action under conspiracy to defraud.
Yes.
See, you have every right to use every damn drug you want to out here, as long as you don't go out and sell it in the public, trying to make a profit. You want to destroy your life? It's up to you to do whatever you want to with your life. They can't control that.
Amen.
They cannot legislate morality. People should have woken up to that damn fact when they brought in the damn seatbelt law. $75 for not wearing a damn seatbelt? Bullshit. It was just another way for them to make money off you and keep it out of your back pocket so you could spend it on something that you might want to buy a set of roses for the wife or something. It's about time we start fighting back on this damn stuff and stop taking their bullshit.
Well, I have to go, Pat. So, but I appreciate you coming on. I know you sound a little tired tonight, but thanks for everything, and I'll see everybody over at the Skype window over the next few days.
Yeah, but I think if we just keep hammering at these guys, we've got them on the run.
Yeah, no, I think I truly believe that we've got the right answers right now. Got more than enough to work with.
Yeah, it's just that this all happened here in the damn holidays, and by having Christmas and New Year's in the middle of the week, it screwed up about 2 weeks' worth of time for us.
Yeah.
Because of the people taking the holidays off and everything. So don't give up. We're there.
if somebody wants to work on doing a flow chart, so it makes it easier for the ones that are probably not understanding this, I'm willing to work with somebody as putting a flow chart together. Okay. Because I know a lot of people that are coming in new haven't got a clue of what they need to do. So it'd be good for us to map it out.
I'd be happy to work with you on that, Chris.
What's your email,
I can help
Chris?
you too.
What's your email,
Hey, Chris, I'm pretty close.
Oh, learn law.
Chris, if you get on Tom's Skype group, Chris is on Tom's Skype group, aren't you, Chris?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what you're suggesting we do, get on the Skype group? Because I don't have Skype.
Oh, you don't have Skype? Okay, then just send Tom an email and he'll get in touch with Chris there.
You have a computer though, right?
One here does, yep. I can get Skype, but
it's free.
Just hung up. Huh?
It's free. It doesn't cost anything.
It's free. I did have it at one time, lost my password, got to be on 6 hours. I don't get 6 hours, so I'll just try then if that's the only way. But it's lawlearners.net, right, Chris? Chris's site is lawlearners.net.
I think he's left already.
I think he's still tied to that group, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say, Patrick?
Yeah.
Since your internet's down, do you have any Verizon down there? Cell company?
No, I'm on Net 10 on the cell phone, and then we've got WinStar phone here in the state of Iowa, and yeah, I don't need it. Okay, I've got other ways to get around. Tom's there. I can fax stuff to him. He can post it, and I probably should have made a couple more mediators out there for the group, knowing that some of this shit was going to happen. But I did that back. Tom's been good at this, so I tried this once before back in 2009 or 10, and turned my 1099 OID group over to a guy, and basically then he just started going off on his own damn direction with the damn thing, and I just pretty much pulled all my stuff off the damn site.
Well, I was just going to say, you could do a MiFi with Verizon to get some internet if you needed to. That's what I use. It's $50 a month and for 5 gigabytes or whatever. Just an alternate. If you're
as soon as I get something out of these guys, I'll probably have about 5 or 6 brand new computers, and I'll have about 5 or 6 different satellite connections. So I'll be good to go when that happens. So.
No,
I was just trying to help to make it work now.
Well, basically, I think that this is the best thing for me is to I'm not on the internet that much, so that frees up a lot of my other time to look at a bunch of the stuff that I already have downloaded. And that's what, in one case, is I've had all this information for over 4 years.
Right.
I just had to go back and compile it back into what the new understanding that we started coming up with, and then going back and looking at the old stuff that I had and putting it back in there, and I say, hey, yeah, shit, we were right there, so damn close that we walked right by it.
Right. Right. I totally agree with you on staying away from their forums to try to stay out of their system, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a key step of what Patrick has come up with in the past couple of days. Is he's on the right track, except he's using public forms instead of private forms, and we're switching over.
Now we're using private forms instead of public forms.
Yeah, we were using public forms instead of private forms, so we're switching over to private.
Yeah, we just basically make up our own. We start being the not only the curator, but we become the creator of our own shit. We do it every day, but We do it every day, but we're going to be putting this down on paper.
Right.
Patrick, the Department of Treasury, is that the Good Witch of the North or Timothy Geithner?
The Department of the Treasury is part of the Wizard, okay? The DTC is the Bad Witch of the West. Now, the Treasury Department is the Good Witch of the North. The department, or the Treasury Department.
And that's the one that gets.
Go ahead.
Gets the bill of exchange.
Yes, it's going to be the same Secretary of the State, but we're addressing him in the Treasury Department, the Civil Office of the Treasury Department. That is the Good Witch of the North. The Wizard basically was the Secretary of the Treasury for the Department of the Treasury. That's the public side. And see, it was the public that came and saw the Wizard.
I thought he had two hats, though.
Well, that's what we thought, but I think he only had one hat. He was there initially. He was sort of a shithead, but then when we expose him to the light, pull the curtain back, then they have to comply. So they will still run things through the Department of the Treasury, but it will be forced there by the Treasury Department. See, it still has to go through the Treasury Department will force the Department of the Treasury to do its job now for us.
And the Treasury Department is that U.S.?
Yes, the United States of America. Okay, they're both there in the same place.
Mute, Steve.
Yeah.
Mute, Steve.
Right.
See, the Treasury Department is the Good Witch, okay, of the North. And she can interface with us privately.
So she's not in Puerto Rico.
We are the curator. Huh?
She's not in Puerto Rico.
No, it's not Puerto Rico. It's here on mainland. All that garbage about us down here in Puerto Rico, it's over here in the Vatican, it's over here, it's everywhere, but right here where it's supposed to be. They don't want you to know it's sitting right here in your own backyard. See, that's what Dorothy had to come to the realization. There's no place like home. Go back to my own backyard. Now, Puerto Rico, how ludicrous is that? That's almost on an indefensible island. Anybody could attack that damn place.
Well, the trust, one of the trusts is there, and
there's no trust in this country, okay? I try to tell people that. In God we trust? No, that is you. In our grounds of dominion we trust. We entrust our assets into our grounds of dominion. That is not a trust. Yeah.
Right. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Trusts were all created by England as a fraudulent way for them. It's almost like just a over-glorified insurance policy.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you never trust somebody else with your assets.
Easier for them to steal, too.
Yeah. But you can trust the land because the land isn't going to tell on you. So you bury all your stuff in the coffee can in the backyard. Just don't mark it too obvious so somebody else can come along and dig it up.
Have you thought about that? Like, how are we supposed to individually deal with it?
What?
Isn't it sitting someplace and we just send our transactions there?
Well, basically, you turn around, you say you need $10,000 right now. Okay, make out a request for $20,000 into the Treasury after you've gotten your everything settled down, and you come in as the curator, and you put a request in for $20,000. Okay, now you put $10,000 in your mattress. Now you've got something to fall back on. Okay, and then as soon as that starts dwindling down, then you put another request in. You don't wait till the last minute. Okay, you sort of keep some assets always on hand.
Have your own reserve system.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions, comments, or anything?
We were asking about Chris Summers' email. It's learnlaw@earthlink.net.
Everybody get that?
So what's that?
Go ahead and give that email address again.
Chris Summers it's learnlaw@earthlink.net.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, Tom? Because we can't hear him on this end.
LearnLaw@earthlink.net.
Chris Summers at earthlink.net.
Learn Law.
Is that what?
No, Learn Law. Learn Law.
Okay.
I just posted it into the Skype chat group.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
After you said you put in your request for $20,000, is that like after you do your DTC?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The writing.
Yeah. After you've done your DTC, after you've done your notice concerning American Curators Civil Relationship document, and you have notified the Secretary of the Treasury. Now you've notified him. Now you're coming in as the curator, and basically you're stating that you're coming in as the curator over this dead estate. And that you are fulfilling the law in that you are over the age of 21 and over the age of 25. And that you are a free man, therefore you cannot be under bondage, and you have revoked all underwritings, so you are no longer under bondage. You're now standing over. You're standing on top of the world.
May it need to be an order?
What?
An order for money, not a request?
Well, it's a bill of exchange. You're going to give them basically a American civil bill of exchange, an international bill of exchange.
As I also have another question.
Huh?
The bill of exchange you did before this process here.
Yeah, something along what I had up there before. You can take that document there again and modify that one to your understanding.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And then the same thing with the voucher. You can do the voucher to go along with it. So when you submit a bill of exchange, the bill of exchange is just like a check, a withdrawal check, going to the bank. And like I said, I sent this into the Secret Service. I sent it into the CID. I'm going to be getting a copy of it up there tomorrow to the Philadelphia International IRS, because we have to go to them to claim all the withholdings that they have illegally and inappropriately withheld from us. Basically, under most cases, under fraudulent and conspiracy to defraud us. So basically, both of those items, there is no statute of limitation on those.
So those withholdings include the stuff at the state level, like the voter registration, or does that still come from the state?
Yeah, basically, if they're taking taxes away from you, you can turn around and file a charge back against them and get it out of the CAFR funds that are held at the state.
Okay.
Yeah, they owe us. We don't owe them anything. They had 21 years of usage of ours. That was supposed to be their entitlement. Now, overstepped that bounds by trying to keep us into their system illegally under a conspiracy to defraud.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you have a website to listen to this on? I'm listening on the telephone. Do you have a website I can go to and listen to your program on the web?
Well, you can't listen to it on the web. You'll have to download it, and I'll give you Tom here, and he'll tell you how to get in touch with the links for that. So go ahead and tell him, Tom.
Well, there's two ways of doing it. Do you know how to use the Yahoo group?
The which one?
Have you joined the Yahoo group?
Yeah, I do get information on that.
Okay.
But I don't know what to put the www in to go to this at this particular.
Do you know how to use the Yahoo group? You know how to get to the file section?
Tell Tom. Tell him the name of the Yahoo group. It's We the People, all one word, _ You have to go in and join that Yahoo group. Then you can go in and sign up to be a member of that group. Then you can download files from there. Okay. Or
and there are links to the calls there. Or we have a backup site now. It's at econcurrent.com/divine. E-concurrent. ECONCURRENT.com/divine. And within that directory, you'll see the calls and the files.
Oh, okay. And that's called econcurrent.com/divine.
Right, that's /divine. Now, from either place, either in the Yahoo group at the link sections for the calls, or at the calls themselves in the backup, you just click on the calls. Your browser will say, do you want to listen to it or do you want to save it? Choose which one. You can either listen to it or you can save it. Okay?
Thomas, is the call ended?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Skype thing dropped out. Are you on
I
Skype?
dropped out. No. Yeah, I'm on both. I'm on my iPhone and Skype, but I dropped off, so I had to.
No, are you in the call through the phone, or are you into the Skype group?
No, I called in, but I also use my laptop for Skype.
Well, if you called in and I'm hearing you, then the call is still going, though Patrick may have dropped out.
No, I'm still here.
Oh,
you're still here. Okay.
The old man.
Whatever. Then maybe the guy I was talking to didn't respond and dropped out. I don't know. If he came in on the Skype call, he could have dropped out on Skype. I can take a look at that here.
Patrick, you need cartridges or something?
Huh?
You need ink cartridges, or you have enough?
Any cartridges?
Yeah,
ink cartridges.
No, I got enough ink.
All right, you got enough.
No, we're just about done. I just need to print out and probably send in tomorrow or on Thursday the bills of exchange to the Secretary of Treasury, and put those into him now, and say, okay, now follow the law.
Yeah, they're making you jump through a lot of hoops.
So.
Well, you got to take care of yourself, okay, and get some rest.
Okay.
Okay, I'll mute out.
Okay, thank you.
On last night's call, on your documents, you were talking about sealing the bottom of them. Did you get a chance to review the new seals yet today?
Well, I just put a stamp at the bottom of it. Okay, that's what I tried to send to you on the fax. I put a 3-cent stamp down at the bottom of that document that I sent to you, Tom.
Yes.
Okay, and then basically I just put my thumbprint on the stamp, and then I emboss over the top of it, and then I use my thumper, and I've got a green thumper, so I like green better than any of the other colors. So I do that, and then also my signature up above. I'm signing everything above, and then I sign over the document. I don't sign under the documents from now on. That way, the document follows is underneath me. Okay, under my control. And then
when you emboss the document,
at the very bottom, so it's the opposite of what the normal process is out here. It's the other side of the looking glass.
when you emboss the bottom of the document, have you had time to look at the new embossers I sent over today?
No.
Okay. We have a new curator sealed for you to review.
Okay.
But you said you're offline?
Executor. See, we're coming in both as the principal executive officer and the curator. Okay? So either one, yeah, if you want to change it around and have curator on there, I would put both PEO and curator on there.
Okay, I'll update that.
Okay.
Donald.
Yes, Don.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming back in. My phone went dead. I had to call back in.
Yeah, it looks like a number of people dropped off all at once.
Oh, okay. Well, at least I got the address to go in on concurrent.com, and that would be at it's Monday and Sunday and Monday?
Sunday at 8 Eastern, Monday at 9 Eastern. That's concurrent. The letter E concurrent.com.
Yeah, concurrent. Okay.
.com, and that link is also in the link section of the group. The link section of the group has all the links for the calls, and it has the links for the backup site.
Yeah, that would be better if I can go on the internet to get this program. I really enjoy it, and I'm following along. I got to get to paperwork on it.
Right. Well,
I
it's
like
good
to get
thing about
chronological order so I can do this correctly when I start doing it.
A good thing about it, because Patrick can present a whole lot of information in a short time, and it's good to be able to just pause it and catch up on your notes.
Well, yeah, I need to get like a manual so I can read carefully the manual like they have one on the commercial code thing. Well, I would like to see if somebody can compile like a manual on how to, and then you can follow through and do it as steps.
It's called the Bible.
Yeah.
You had
yeah,
it all
that's well.
along. You just didn't know how to read it.
I got you. Yeah, but
okay.
but yeah, that's a good thought there. So yeah, well, I just want to put all this stuff together so it start making sense in my head, and a lot of it already makes sense. I just don't know the chronological order and detail enough to be comfortable with it yet.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where you pick up on the calls and try and listen to the last couple of weeks here of all the calls and try and get caught up.
Yeah, I like the way this is coming together where you do it in your own forums and stuff and doing private, because I believe in that 100% as my inductive thinking to take care of the problem. We got to learn how to redo everything.
Yeah.
And that's part of the process, to know this stuff.
Yeah, and it don't hurt to send these things into the U.S. Marshals, to your sheriff's office. Let them know that basically you are a non-combatant, okay, and that you are the curator, okay. Now, if they have any questions, they can call and talk to you. That you placed them on notice. Now, they have been notified out here. Now, if anything comes against you and they don't comply with the civil laws, then you can basically file charges against them. That you can send this into the U.S. Marshals, to the Secret Service, to the Sheriff's Department, to the local police department, and that they have no jurisdiction over you. You have the jurisdiction over them.
How does the county recorder come in on this? If you want to record, I have done recordings in the county recorder.
No, you don't need to do that, okay?
Oh, you don't need to, okay.
No, this is in the private. That recorder is all in the public.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just told that if you record in a public recorder like that, and then you give them 30 days when you send them the notice out, and they don't answer
30
it.
days.
Public
30
policy.
days. You're going to be dead broke, okay? We want stuff now, in 30 days, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
30 days. All that damn garbage out there. Well, wait another 30 days and then turn around and do this document. That'll take another 2 weeks, and then this other document takes another 3 or 4 weeks. And yeah, by that time, no, we need to fight to get our stuff, and we want it right now.
Yeah, I just thought you had a central.
We haven't gotten it because we didn't know all the ins and outs about this system to get it. But we're hitting. One of the guys has had his electric bill paid for roughly the last 3 months.
Yeah,
but he hasn't got anything else. But he's at least got that done. I got a hospital bill, $1,000 set off. Okay. So we've had some results, but we didn't see exactly how to make it work in all directions.
Yeah, I was just thinking of a clearinghouse where you could just have you one location, and you know, and you can just work from that one location, and
that's your house. That's
okay.
Your house. You're the clearinghouse. You clear everything that deals with you.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
I've tried 3 times to get on the Skype group. Is that under your name, or is it under a special name for the?
Which Skype group? There's 2 groups. One is
I have the Thomas.
One is the chat
group.
One is the chat group, and the other one is for people who don't have long distance phone service. And that group is
the chat group is
the chat group. Send me a contact request at T Weidler at Skype, T Weidler, TWIDLAR. say in the message you want to join the chat group.
Okay. Because there's also a Thomas Weidler on there.
That's me.
Which I called up, but I didn't get a response on that one.
Well, if all you're trying to do is contact me, then and it didn't say you wanted to be in the group, because I'm getting contacts from all kinds of other people about things.
Oh, that's fine. I'll try the T's.
You say you have to be in the group. If I already accepted your contract but didn't put you in the group, then just Skype me a message saying you would also like to be in the group. I need to know you need to be in the group.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
I did that, but is there a space after T? Is it just T Weidler?
TWIDLAR, 7 letters.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, one more question. It was pertaining to the bill of exchange or the check you'd be sending the Treasury Department on your funds that's available at the Treasury Department. Now, I just heard you say something about the clearinghouse. You are the clearinghouse, or you are as yourself, meaning your trust or estate is the clearinghouse. Now, once it's already sent, that bill of exchange is sent, or check is sent to the Treasury Department, giving them an order to send you your funds that's located in the Treasury Department. Need like an electronic transfer account to the bank?
Well, you can do it either way, okay? You can have it either way. Have them deliver it to you, or you can have it electronically deposited. But I'm not taking any checks.
There's a
I
lot of
want the real
background.
assets. I'm giving them the real assets. I want something real given back to me in exchange, and a check is not something that's real.
Good.
All right, now, I come. And I was just making sure.
You need to have your notice concerning American Curators civil relationship on file, and then you need to submit your bill of exchange in as a curator's order. Like what I read out of that statute at large, that War Risk Act, and it's in section, I think 5, the last part of that paragraph on page 372.
Okay, the War Risk
Act.
Insurance Act
of 1919.
All right.
And it's in section 5, okay, but it's on where it talks about the curator coming in after our procreator has died, and we become guardian or the curator of his or her estate, and we are by appointment, and therefore any balance of the credit of such inmate shall be paid to such inmate if or otherwise to his guardian or curator. So we're coming in as the curator when we go to the Secretary of the Treasury, and the Secretary of the Treasury will only recognize a curator or a guardian. And the curator is what we need to be over the account. And our fictional person, our Social Security person, was a procurator. They procreated our assets from us.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. See, I had it sort of asked backwards about 2 weeks ago on using the word curator, the office of curator there at the Treasury Department. We are the curator.
Creator, right, yes.
Yeah.
Procreator is like the governor or something, or the general.
Someone that has taken our assets from us.
Yes,
basically, that's our Social Security person.
Right, yes.
And we've revoked all underwritings for him, and basically he is now dead, We declared him dead with an estate EIN SS4.
Yes.
And then we're coming in under our 98 series number to file a claim in as the curator out here, and then we're going to that delivered to our American or our federal depository mailbox, and that's so our number in the living is our depository number, our mailbox number.
Right. At the
we
post
can always change that number. Okay, we can move around. We're movable.
Right.
So that number is not fixed anywhere. Okay. It's just a temporary usage number of where we want something delivered.
That's right.
And I'm going to be changing mine because I'm moving in a couple of weeks, so
yeah, you're going to the wrong side of the Mississippi, too.
I know, but at least that's temporarily.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Yeah, I mean...
Well, that's what my family
try and warn you guys about what's coming, but, yeah. Go to the wrong side of the Mississippi. Get over there where all the concentrated people are, and basically when the food runs out, basically you're over there with all the people that are now running amok over there because they haven't got any food. People don't realize how vulnerable this country is to basically going into a state of mass chaos. Chicago has 3 days food supply, period. If they don't have trucks and trains coming in there constantly, they don't have any food. They will basically food within 1 week's time. So if all the bridges and everything go out around the Mississippi and around the Ohio River, and basically the St. Lawrence Seaway gets locked down, they haven't got any way except for airdrops to come in and give them food.
Well, at least I'll be in a rural area.
Well, you better have your seeds. Jack and the beanstalk, okay?
Well, my daughter grows a big garden.
Mason jars.
Jack and the beanstalk. That story basically told you a lot, okay? The 3 beans turned out to be more valuable than that cow. Because with the 3 beans, he was able to get the golden goose to lay the golden egg. He also, whatever else, the harping and everything, I don't know. Watch the cartoon.
Yep.
The story will tell you a lot about what's going on out here. Walt Disney did one hell of a job that people never understood his movies that he was trying to lay out about what was going on. Okay. Well, if there's no other questions, I'm done for the night.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
Thank you for clarifying things even more.
Okay.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
you
yes.
too.
Thank you, Chris.
Lots of good New Year.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
Did you post that on Yahoo too? Because
Pardon?
I tried to pull those documents. I got the audio.
I don't understand your question.
I see with the 56F and 56. Did you put them out there?
Yes, I posted one file today. I sent out an email for it. What did I call it? Curator's notice.
Okay, I didn't receive it, but I really seen somebody had posted topics up there, but the documents no. But if they are on there, what file would they be in?
We're putting everything in the revoked Social Security. It's all part of the revoking system. Revoke SSN directory. When we put new files up there, we put them in the current last directory.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Now, I haven't moved that to concurrent. I'll probably be moving that to concurrent tomorrow.
All right.
And if you're on the Skype group, Pat Dowling has made a copy, because that's just a PDF. You can't modify it. And because of the scanning and the faxing, it's a little bit blurry. But in terms of the language, you can read the language that's there quite easily. However, Pat Dowling came up with a version in Word format, and I'll be posting that up there tomorrow. Okay. But if you're on the Skype chat group, she posted it there, so people are using it there.
I want on the Skype group. I want to get on the Skype group, but I want to get on there. Could you add me to your list?
No, you've got to send me a request.
Okay, I'll send a request to you.
Hey, Thomas?
Yes.
Are you going to be moving in a couple of weeks?
Yes, I'm going to be moving probably between January the 6th and the 8th.
Oh, boy, I'm sorry. Wow.
You said you're going to
hopefully it's for the better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaving probably on Tuesday, so we'll have the Sunday and Monday night calls. And then, so I will have packed up the truck on Monday. And then I'll take off on Tuesday and be in Ohio on Wednesday.
Okay. And then
so it's no fun, but it's no great ordeal.
Right. Okay. Thanks, John.
Tom, I called up T. Whittler on the Skype. Now, is it more to it than that? I keep getting I get the site for your Thomas Whittler.
Yes, that's me.
Okay.
But, you didn't send me a contact request, or are we already connected? Who is it?
Okay. This is Dan the Seal Man.
Pardon?
Dan the Seal Man.
Oh, I thought I already put you in the group.
Oh, I thought so too, but I'm not getting any messages as a group. I guess that's your personal Skype.
No, T. Weidler is my personal Skype. Yes.
Okay. But Thomas Weidler is the second site.
Okay, and what would be what your Skype name is?
It's under Trust Core. TRUSTCORE, same as my email.
No, you haven't. Yes, you're in the group.
Okay, but I'm not getting any. I'm not seeing any messages.
I have the yellow thing which says you're offline.
Oh.
So you're not online. You're only going to see it when you're online.
Oh, okay. Click. I'm online now, I guess. Let that be a lesson to me.
Okay, now you're online there, and I just sent a period to the group, so you should see that.
Oh, okay. Terrific.
So, I mean, you have to be in the group, but you also have to be online.
Okay. Well, I appreciate learning that.
Okay.
Okay,
so you
fantastic.
don't have to send me a Skype ID. You're already in the group.
Fantastic. Appreciate it.
Okay. Very good.
Yes. I have one other quick question.
Yeah.
That little mess we had a few days ago with the Yahoo group, where it was.
That's still a mess.
Yeah. Well, I'm finding some of the duplicates and overlaps. Have you considered using the 6-digit date code ahead of each file? Year 13, month 12.
No, the reason we don't is because in both the link and the file section, you have on the Yahoo page which shows the files.
Right.
You have the option there of listing them alphabetically or latest first.
Exactly.
Okay, and the same thing on the PC. So I'd rather not contaminate the file name with the date, because the date's already there to the side, and you whatever order you want it in, you just click that option. And I go back and forth between the two, but I keep it in date order most of the time.
Right. Okay. Because I find that I can throw anything into the file and be correct on date order by having a prefix.
That's
for
right.
the date.
But then if you need to find it by alphabetically, then it's harder.
That's the trade-off.
Yes, but by the fact that both the Yahoo group and the Windows Explorer gives you the option to have either order.
Okay.
So you can do either order anytime you want, and I keep mine in date order, reverse date order most of the time.
Exactly. I find about 98% of the time it's in date order.
Right. Then, though, you'll see up on the concurrent site, I occasionally put all the files all in one big zip file. It's about 350 megabytes right now of several directories. Right. And it's good to download that, and then to go into DOS, get a command prompt, and then you can search for a word in any file in any directory.
Right.
So with those three different tools, because one order is good most of the time, but then you need it in another order, and then it's hard to get to.
Yeah. Okay. Just a thought.
Very good.
For my own personal files, I do everything in date order that way.
Yeah, well,
I'm on a Mac and not a PC, so
I used to do that, but since I found that I could sort them in different orders, I don't. I keep the names separate because what you're doing is putting two meanings in one place rather than two separate meanings, which you could sort on.
That's true. Okay, just wondering.
Very
I don't
good.
run a PC. I run the Mac system, so.
A what?
I run a Mac and not a PC, so.
Well, they would have the same abilities.
Same idea. Same idea.
You can do things in date or alphabetical order there too, can't you?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay, just wondering.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Tom.
I'll see you. Thank you. Bye.
Now, Patrick's offline. I sent him some samples of some new curator seals.
Okay.
But he's offline. Is that right?
Yeah. Why don't you send them to me and then I'll post them? He can't post.
Okay. I sent to him, so I wanted him to look it over and review it.
Okay.
But I'll send one to you. They're pretty straightforward.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, will do. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Hey, Thomas.
Yes.
I just wanted to thank you for all that you do on your computer and whatnot, helping everybody. It is tremendously appreciated.
Well, when we work together, I learn a lot too. So it's not like I'm sacrificing anything. It's just working together. That's what Patrick wants to see us do. And you guys contribute what you can, I contribute what I can.
Right. Well, you with the recording, that's an invaluable service.
Yeah, I just push a button. That's hard.
I know, but to get it out to the rest of us.
Yeah, it takes a minute email.
Yep. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Thomas.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Okay.